And I have one last little story about mistakes. And this is also about poor Moshe and the Seer of Lublin. He was a schlepper. And every time he would come to synagogue, he had this terribly ragged shirt on, just kind of patches here and there. And one day, the Seer couldn't stand it anymore. He said, Moshe, come into my study. And he gave him a shirt which was made of one cloth. He says, Moshe, go and wear it and be a mensch. Moshe goes walking down the street, and he's so proud of himself. He has on, the first time in his life, a new shirt, all one piece of material. He's walking down, he's whistling, and here comes Yosha, the town drunk. Yosha says, what a shirt. That's a great shirt. Where'd you get the shirt? Seer of Lublin gave it to me. Really? Oh, I wish I had that. You want it? Sure. Here, take it. He takes it off. He gives it to Yosha. Yosha goes at full speed to the tavern keeper. He says, this is the shirt of the Seer of Lublin. What will you give it to me for? What will you give me for? What will you pay me for this shirt? The tavern keeper says, 1 year's supply of free drinks sold. The next day in the marketplace, the tavern keeper says, what am I to bid for the shirt of the Seer of Lublin? Any woman who wants a baby will have triplets. Any man who's having trouble in the marketplace will have his stock go up. What am I to bid for the shirt of the Seer of Lublin? The Seer of Lublin is walking through the marketplace, and he sees his shirt. And the next glance, he sees Moshe wearing a shirt all in pieces. And Moshe looks at the tavern keeper, and he looks at the Seer, and he runs up to the Seer, and the Seer says, no, Moshe, no, no. I can't help you. I can't. And he walks away. And Moshe, he walks out of the town, and he heads for the cemetery. Because where else can he go? Who else could understand him? What is he to do? Every time he tries to do something, he makes a mistake. He comes to the cemetery and he sits down on one of the graves. And a man is walking by and he sees him and he says, what is it? Who's died? He says, me. I'm dying. I'm just dying. And he tells him what he's done. And the man says to him, you never know. What's your name? Moshe? Moshe, you'll never know. I have to tell you a story. Listen. He sits down on the other gravestone and he says to him, Moshe, in my town, we had a thief, but not just a regular thief. A thief who was a master thief. He'd look at your tie and the clip would be gone. He'd look at your hand and the ring would be missing. He was a master thief. He got so rich, he joined the synagogue. Once he joined the synagogue, he gave up stealing because he was too respectable. Then he didn't know what to do. And it turned out that the richest man in the synagogue took pity on this poor master thief. And one day he was going by in his wagon and he saw the master thief and he was sitting outside with all the children. And he sent him for the Sabbath some challah, some fish, and a little bit to carry him through. And he went and he thanked him, the thief did. And so the wealthy man got in the habit, once a week, he'd always send him a little bit, and somehow the master thief survived. The years passed, and it happened that the day that this wealthy man died, the master thief died. Everyone in the town, except for a few of the apprentices of the master thief, went to the funeral of the wealthy man. He went up to heaven, and there they were weighing, and they said to him, we're sorry, but you can't get in. And just then, there was this breeze, and he looks around, and he's in heaven, and he says, what happened? And they say to him, your friend, the thief, stole your sins.